Hi, my name's Greg. This is my workshop and I've always wanted to build a metal lathe. Ever since I first touched a lathe in high school metalwork class, don't know what happened then, but I just always wanted to have build a lathe. Trouble is, I'm a computer programmer, so in all my life I've never had much use for a metal lathe. But I'm not getting any younger, so I think it's probably time that I built my metal lathe. So I've spent quite a bit of time at my computer doing drawings, technical drawings for this, to build this machine, and I've got some pretty good ideas about how I'm going to go about it. You can see before me a wooden mock-up of the beautiful machine. I have seriously got into the design of this and looked at all the other homemade lathes on the YouTube, and I reckon this will be the best one, and I'll tell you why. Because it uses tapered roller bearings for the spindle. Now, a couple of homemade lathes have done that, but they're not running in oil. They're going to get destroyed by metal chips very soon. I've got oil seals. It runs in oil. It's a beautiful headstock. I've got good solid ways with dovetails cut there. Now, one of the things about this great lathe, it's the HiLo Metal Lathe.com. All the metal components are going to be laser cut. I made a tool post for some other little project I had, and basically it was something like this. Now look at these parts here. 12mm plate, 20mm plate, 20mm plate, 20mm plate. Imagine cutting them with the angle grinder. How long is that going to take you? It's going to be hours of cutting. You won't get it cut beautifully like that. Even the holes will cut. All these pieces cost me $40. Now, that's not even an hour's pay, is it? So beautiful. I'm going to have all the pieces of this lathe. Oh shit! Wrong order. Laser cut. It's going to save me lots of time with the angle grinder and get beautiful looking pieces while I'm at it. The ways are a welded up I-beam, quite substantial. They're going to be cast in epoxy-granite. I'll have threaded rod that you can adjust to get these ways exactly parallel, and then the whole lot gets cast in epoxy-granite, which is of course granite, gravel and fines, some sand mixed with epoxy, and it sets rock hard, sticks to metal beautifully, and has wonderful vibration dampening characteristics. It's a winner for machine bases, and we're going to use that here. Same for the headstock. I've got some rings laser cut that hold the tapered bearings. They're going to be all in one assembly, aligned beautifully, pre-tensioned, and this whole headstock is going to be cast in epoxy granite. So once it's aligned beautifully in the epoxy granite, set for life. And this headstock will be adjustable on these ways, sideways, up and down by these through bolts that go down into the ways. We've got a very heavy tool post. That's a good thing. We've got the carriage, which slides on the dovetail, using dovetails. We've got the cross slide using dovetails. Now this next thing is a beautiful thing. So we've got laser cut ways. They're wider than this. We've also got parts for a laser cut sled, which rides on these ways in between these beautiful parallel surfaces you've set up before you cast it in the epoxy. The sled rides on these ways and cuts the 60-degree dovetail. You then turn the sled around and cut the other 60-degree dovetail. You've got perfectly parallel edges because you're using the same jig. The pieces that you cut off of the ways become the dovetails for the saddle. No, here they are here. The dovetails for the saddle and also the dovetails for the cross slide. So they're all cut in one piece. They should be all exactly the same angle and most of your work's done. After that we can do bluing and scraping to get the precision that we want. So that's the project. I know there's a lot of guys out there in the same boat as me. They want a lathe, perhaps can't afford it, intrigued by a lathe, good old school engineering. Well, I'm going to build it. I've actually built it in wood already. And I'm going to document the whole process on YouTube videos like this. I'm going to document the headstock, the whole bit. So follow along if you like, and hopefully I'll be putting out regular YouTubes as the construction process continues. I thought of buying my own lathe, and I priced one up. It was going to be $4,500, something like that. By the time you buy some bits and pieces, some dial gauges and some lathe tools, and you're going to be up for $6,000, $6,000 Australian. Surely I can build a lathe for like a couple of thousand and just enjoy the process while I'm at it. Imagine cutting these and feeling them slide beautifully. You know, it'll just be so exciting. So for the money that I'm saving not buying a lathe, I can afford to buy things like my dial gauge, my machinist level, my surface plate. I've actually got a surface plate, $130 worth, so cheap, amazing. My surface plate will give me all the flat references that I need to make this a precision machine. What else can I say about it? I've got a website, HiLo Metal Lathe.com website. I spent a bit of time creating that. It details all the components and it's got some rudimentary drawings on it so far. You can go and visit that website, download the design notes. As the project progresses, you can download drawings and technical specs and drawings and cutting files for the laser cutting, build notes, and that's my aim. Is I've always wanted to do this. I know there's other blokes out there, maybe some girls, but I'd say blokes, who want to do this sort of project, be it something they want to do in retirement or actually build a machine that, you know, you'll be able to use. So let's get to it. If you want to follow this project, then visit the website, check out the YouTube channel, put any comments you want in the comments, wherever that is. Everyone pokes down there, so good. Subscribe if you want, and let's go. Let's see what we can do. There's a few websites about guys that have built their own lathe at home, but like I said, I reckon with a bit of this clever design business, this epoxy-granite, this laser cut parts, you know, and my computer drawing skills, I reckon we can make something pretty good. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the journey. I hope I enjoyed the journey, and we end up with a beautiful machine. Thank you.